Sun Yang is one of the world's most famous swimmers, a three-time Olympic medal winner. He's a superstar in China. But a routine doping test last year has ended up in the Court of Arbitration for Sport, and thousands of previous tests could now be called into question. The hearing has been described as a farce by one newspaper. I've been speaking to our China media analyst, Kerry Allen, about the ongoing fallout.
If we go back to September last year, he rejected a doping test and he said that he questioned the credential of testers. And this opened up a lot of questions, particularly by the World Anti-Doping Agency. There was a lot of criticism from rival swimmers. Why was he not prepared to do a test? And then WADA basically wanted to take him to a hearing so that he could explain why he rejected this test.
That has now brought us to Montreux in Switzerland, where the Court of Arbitration in Sport, or the CAS, is now examining the issue. But things haven't gone very smoothly, have they?
They've not, no. And one of the things that's important to mention is that Sun Yang did want to make this a public hearing. So there's been a lot of coverage about this hearing. A lot of media, not just in China, but internationally, have picked up on was that straight away there was the assumption that Sun Yang could speak English in this hearing. And a translator that was arranged for him couldn't translate properly. So there were questions about this. Why was a professional translator not brought in for this very important hearing? One of the other things that's come out of this hearing is that one of the people who tested Sun Yang, and this is reports that are coming out of Xinhua, official Chinese media, apparently was a construction worker. So he had no qualifications to be testing somebody for doping. I mean, even Australian media, not just Chinese media, are saying this explains why he was rejecting the test back then. They thought it was going to be an opportunity to show that Sun Yang had been doping, but on the contrary, he appears to have evidence on the contrary.
This case has opened up a can of worms internationally because the Chinese state now thinks that this is an anti-Chinese development.
They've been following this case since the beginning, and they've been saying that Sun Yang has nothing to prove. He's won so many medals. He's a superstar. And they see this as an opportunity for foreign governments, foreign media to smear China's stars. And they're saying that justice will prevail in this case.
What is the bigger, wider implication for the doping regimes around the world if they're going to send non-qualified and non-accredited testers to test athletes? Could that open up cases from the past?
Absolutely. Tons of them as well. I mean, there are reports in South China Morning Post, an independent newspaper, saying that it could be as many as 60,000 cases, not just in swimming, but across the sports industry.
That's Kerry Allen.